Miyamoto Musashi spent an entire night sitting in a freezing cave, motionless while his body begged for warmth. It wasn't punishment, it was training. The legendary swordsman, undefeated in over 60 deadly duels, understood something you're about to discover. Real transformation is born from intentional discomfort. There's a secret hidden in ancient samurai scrolls that the modern world has buried under layers of comfort and convenience. While you search for motivation in inspirational videos and pretty quotes, warriors achieved mastery through practices that hurt. Not physically, but something much deeper. The 10 habits I'll reveal now go against everything you've been taught about personal growth. They're not comfortable, they're not popular. But in just 7 days, you'll begin to feel a transformation that most people will never experience in years of personal development. Brace yourself. What comes next won't get you instant likes on social media, but it will give you something infinitely more valuable, a version of yourself that no longer recognizes your old limitations. Habit 1. The Silent Warrior's Awakening. Your alarm screams tomorrow morning at 5. But here's what you'll do differently. Nothing. No phone, no scrolling, no noise, just you and the darkness, sitting in complete silence for 20 minutes. Your mind will riot. It'll throw every excuse, every distraction, every reason why this is stupid. That's exactly the point. Musashi didn't start his days reacting to the world. He started them owning his inner space first. In that cave, in that freezing silence, he wasn't fighting enemies. He was taming the chaos inside his own head. The same chaos that right now controls your mornings, your decisions, your entire life. When you wake up and immediately grab your phone, you're handing control to everyone else. Messages, news, drama. You become a puppet before your feet even touch the floor. But 20 minutes of silence? That's when you remember who's actually in charge. Not your notifications, not your fears. You. The first 3 days will feel like torture. Your brain, addicted to constant stimulation, will scream for entertainment. You'll feel anxious, restless, like you're wasting precious time. Good. That discomfort is the old you dying. The you that needed external validation to feel alive. The you that couldn't sit with your own thoughts without running away. By day 5, something shifts. The silence stops feeling empty. It starts feeling powerful. You'll notice thoughts you've been drowning out for years. Ideas, clarity, a sense of direction you forgot existed. This isn't meditation with apps and guided voices. This is raw, unfiltered confrontation with yourself. Samurais called this morning mind, the clearest, sharpest version of your consciousness. Before the world pollutes it with demands and distractions, you're not just waking up anymore. You're reclaiming territory stolen from you by modern life's noise. And that reclamation? It sets the tone for everything that follows. Habit 2. The art of eating like a monk. That silence you just mastered bleeds into your next battlefield. Your plate. Today you'll eat one meal without any screens, any conversations, any distractions whatsoever. Just you, your food, and complete awareness of every single bite. Sounds simple? Try it. Most people can't last 5 minutes. Monks in Japanese temples don't eat for pleasure. They eat with intention. Every grain of rice receives attention. Every flavor gets acknowledged. It's not about restriction or some trendy diet. It's about breaking the unconscious pattern of shoveling food into your face while your mind lives somewhere else entirely. Right now, you probably eat while watching videos, scrolling feeds, working, or talking. Your body receives nutrition, but you're completely absent from the experience. You're training yourself to be disconnected from the most basic human need. And that disconnection? It spreads everywhere else. When you eat in complete awareness, something uncomfortable happens. You taste things you've been ignoring. You notice when you're actually full, something most people haven't felt in years. You realize how much you eat from boredom, not hunger. From anxiety, not need. The truth hiding in that silence around your meals will shock you. Start with one meal. Set your phone in another room. Sit down. Look at your food. Smell it before the first bite. Chew slowly enough to actually taste what you're eating. Your mind will beg to escape this moment. It'll tell you this is boring, unnecessary, A waste of time. That resistance, that's your addiction to distraction talking. By the third day of conscious eating, you'll discover hunger isn't what you thought. Real hunger is clear, direct, honest. Everything else is just noise your mind creates because it can't handle stillness. This practice doesn't just change how you eat. It changes how you experience every moment of your life, starting with the most fundamental one. Habit 3. The training nobody wants to do. Your body already knows something your mind refuses to accept. Building on that awareness from mindful eating, now comes the physical discomfort your muscles have been avoiding. Pick the exercise you hate most. The one that makes you groan just thinking about it. For the next 7 days, you'll do it first thing after your silent morning. No warm-up excuses, no "I'll do it later." Just raw, immediate action. Musashi didn't train with techniques he'd already mastered. He deliberately practiced what felt awkward, what exposed his weaknesses, what made him uncomfortable. While other swordsmen repeated comfortable moves, he attacked his limitations head-on. That's why he never lost. Most people build workout routines around exercises that feel good, movements they're naturally decent at, weights that don't challenge them too much. They confuse activity with progress. They confuse sweating with transformation. Real growth lives exclusively in the territory you avoid. Maybe it's burpees. Maybe it's running. Maybe it's holding a plank until your core screams. Whatever makes you want to quit before you start, that's your assignment. Not because pain is noble, because your body needs to remember it can do hard things. Right now, at the first sign of discomfort, you stop. You negotiate. You find easier alternatives. This week, you don't negotiate. When your muscles burn and your lungs gasp and your brain offers 50 reasons to stop, you keep going. Not to injury, not to stupidity, but past the point where you normally quit. That's where the magic happens. That's where you discover the gap between your actual limits and the fake limits your comfort-seeking mind invented. The samurai understood something modern fitness culture forgot. Training isn't about looking good. It's about forging an unbreakable will. When you prove to yourself that you can push through physical discomfort, mental challenges become laughably easy. Everything else in your day becomes lighter because you already did the hardest thing before breakfast. By the way, if you want to go deeper and turn discipline into a way of life, check out the KMA method. It's a concise, practical guide designed to sharpen your mind, strengthen your will, and build unbreakable consistency in just 5 minutes a day. The link is in the first pinned comment below. Habit 4. Impossible conversations. That physical strength you're building now needs a worthy opponent, and it's not in the gym. It's sitting across from you at dinner, or texting you right now, or living in your house. There's a conversation you've been avoiding, maybe for weeks, maybe for years, the kind that makes your stomach tight just imagining it. This week, you're having it. Musashi faced 61 opponents who wanted him dead, yet most people can't face one uncomfortable conversation with someone they love. We've become warriors of distraction, masters of avoidance, black belts in changing the subject. That unspoken truth sitting between you and someone else, it's not protecting anyone, it's poisoning everything. You know exactly which conversation I'm talking about. The one where you need to set a boundary, or admit you were wrong, or tell someone how their actions affect you, or end something that should have ended months ago. Your mind has built an entire fortress of excuses around why now isn't the right time. There will never be a right time. There's only now or never. Here's what makes this habit brutal. You can't control how the other person responds. You can only control your honesty. They might get angry. They might not understand. They might reject what you're saying completely. And you're going to say it anyway because living with unspoken truth is slower death than facing temporary discomfort. Write down exactly what you need to say, not accusations, not attacks, just clear, honest truth about your experience. Then schedule the conversation. Not sometime soon, an actual day and time. The moment you commit, your anxiety will spike. That's normal. That's your system recognizing you're about to do something that matters. During the conversation, your job is simple. Say what you came to say, then listen without defending. No interrupting. No preparing your response while they talk. Just presence and honesty, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Because on the other side of this discomfort lives a relationship based on truth instead of comfortable lies, and that's the only kind worth having. Habit 5. The Samurai Digital Fast. After facing that difficult conversation, you'll feel raw and exposed. Your instinct will scream to numb out with the easiest drug available, your phone. But that's exactly when this next practice cuts deepest. Every evening from 7 until you sleep, your phone goes in a drawer in another room. Not on silent. Not face down. Gone. Notice how that last sentence made you feel. Did your chest tighten? Did your mind immediately list reasons why that's impossible? That reaction tells you everything. You're not connected to people through that device. You're chained to it. There's a difference and you're about to feel it. Samurais practiced something called Ma, the powerful space between things. Between strikes, between breaths, between thoughts. Modern life has eliminated all space. Every gap gets filled with screens, with scrolling, with other people's curated realities flooding your consciousness. You haven't been alone with your actual life in years. The first evening without your phone will reveal the truth. You'll reach for it 50 times without thinking. You'll feel phantom vibrations. You'll convince yourself you need to check just one thing for work, for family, for emergencies that never actually happen. Your addiction will show its face, and it's uglier than you imagined. But push through. Read that book collecting dust on your shelf. Have an actual conversation with whoever shares your space. Sit on your porch and watch the sky change colors. Write in a journal. Draw. Think. Do absolutely nothing. And discover that nothing is actually something profound when you're fully present for it. By evening 4, you'll notice something shifting. Your sleep improves because you're not pumping blue light and dopamine hits into your brain before bed. Your relationships deepen because you're actually available. Your creativity returns because your mind finally has space to generate original thoughts instead of consuming everyone else's. The samurai's sword stayed sheathed until needed. Your phone should too. This isn't about rejecting technology. It's about remembering that you control the tool, not the other way around. When you reclaim your evenings, you reclaim your life from the silent thief that's been stealing it one scroll at a time. Habit 6. The posture of controlled discomfort. Those quiet evenings you've created now reveal something your body has been hiding. While you sit reading or thinking during your phone-free time, pay attention to how you're sitting. Probably slouched, probably comfortable, probably slowly destroying your spine and your presence. For the next week, every time you sit, you'll maintain perfect posture for at least 30 minutes. No exceptions. This sounds trivial until you try it. Sitting with your spine straight, shoulders back, chest open, it's exhausting. Your muscles haven't worked this way in years. They've adapted to your collapsed, defeated posture. The posture of someone who gave up without realizing it. Your body shape reflects your mental state, and right now, both are compromised. Musashi wrote about keeping your body straight in the Book of 5 Rings, not because it looked noble, because physical alignment creates mental clarity. When your chest collapses inward, your breathing gets shallow, your energy drops, your thoughts get foggy. When you sit like a warrior, everything changes. Oxygen flows properly. Your presence fills the room. Your mind sharpens. Set a timer. 30 minutes minimum. Feet flat on the ground. Spine elongated like someone's pulling a string from the crown of your head to the ceiling. Shoulders rolled back but relaxed. Chin level with the ground. This is your structure. Hold it even when every muscle screams to collapse back into comfortable defeat. Around minute 15, the discomfort peaks. Your lower back burns. Your shoulders ache. Your brain offers brilliant reasons why slouching is actually healthier. Ignore all of it. This burn is weakness leaving your body. These are muscles remembering their actual job. You're not maintaining posture. You're rebuilding the physical foundation of confidence itself. Watch what happens in conversations when you hold this position. People respond to you differently. They take you more seriously. They mirror your energy. Your voice projects better. Your thoughts organize more clearly. This isn't magic. This is basic human biology that you've been ignoring while you melted into couches and hunched over screens. By day 7, proper posture won't feel like torture anymore. It'll feel like home. You'll catch yourself collapsing and immediately correct it, not from discipline, but from preference, because you'll remember what being fully present in your body actually feels like, and you'll never want to return to that defeated slouch again. Habit 7. The cold water ritual. Your body has learned comfort through those evening hours of reclaimed time and disciplined posture. Now it faces its most primal test. Every morning after your silent practice, you end your shower with 60 seconds of pure cold water. Not lukewarm, not gradually cooler. Ice cold, straight from the tap, while your nervous system screams for mercy. This isn't about toughness or proving anything to anyone. It's about training your body to stop running from discomfort the second it appears. Right now, your entire life is designed around avoiding the slightest bit of unpleasant sensation. Too hot? Air conditioning. Too cold? Heater. Hungry? Instant food delivery. Your comfort zone isn't a zone anymore. It's a prison. The moment that cold water hits your skin, your mind will panic. It'll tell you this is dangerous, unnecessary, that you'll get sick. None of that is true. What's true is that you're face to face with the part of yourself that quits the instant things get hard. And for 60 seconds, you're not quitting. Ancient warriors bathed in freezing rivers not because they enjoyed it, but because they understood something crucial. If you can control your reaction to intense physical discomfort, you can control your reaction to anything. That business meeting that terrifies you? Easy compared to cold water. That difficult decision you keep postponing? Simple next to this daily practice. Count the seconds out loud. At 20, your breathing wants to go chaotic. Force it to stay steady. At 40, your muscles tense up completely. Deliberately relax them. At 60, when you finally step out, you'll feel something extraordinary. You just proved to yourself that you can endure what you thought was unbearable. The benefits go deeper than mental toughness. Your circulation improves. Your immune system strengthens. Your energy levels spike because you're not starting every day in the sleepy fog of warm comfort. You're starting it fully, intensely, undeniably awake and alive. By the end of the week, you'll actually look forward to those 60 seconds. Not because they become comfortable. They never do. But because they become your daily proof that you're stronger than your excuses. That cold water stops being your enemy and becomes your truth teller, washing away the lies you tell yourself about what you can handle. Habit 8. The practice of intentional hunger. After shocking your system awake with cold water, your relationship with another basic need gets examined. Once this week, you'll skip dinner completely. Not because you're dieting or punishing yourself, because you need to remember the difference between actual hunger and the constant feeding of boredom, stress, and empty time. Modern life has trained you to eat on schedule, not on need. Breakfast at 8 whether you're hungry or not. Lunch at noon because that's lunchtime. Dinner at 6 because that's what people do. Snacks scattered throughout because your mouth got bored. You haven't felt real hunger in years. You've only felt the clock telling you it's time to eat. Choose your day carefully. Clear your schedule of anything requiring intense physical effort. Tell people around you what you're doing so they don't worry or sabotage your practice. Then after lunch, you simply don't eat again until breakfast the next morning. Water? Drink as much as you want. Food? Not until tomorrow. The first few hours feel normal. Then around your usual dinner time, something interesting happens. Your stomach growls, sure. But more than that, your mind goes wild. It starts negotiating. Just a small snack won't hurt. This is unhealthy. You need energy for tomorrow. Watch these thoughts like a scientist observing an experiment. None of them are true. They're just your addiction to constant satisfaction throwing a tantrum. Push through that initial wave, and something remarkable occurs. The hunger doesn't keep getting worse. It actually levels off. Your body realizes it has plenty of stored energy and starts using it. Your mind clears. That foggy, sluggish feeling you thought was normal? It lifts. You realize how much energy your body normally wastes digesting 3 meals plus snacks every single day. Samurais frequently practiced fasting before important battles, not to weaken themselves, but to sharpen their senses and focus. When your body isn't busy processing food, your mind becomes a precision instrument. Thoughts get clearer, decisions get easier. The constant background noise of cravings finally shuts up. When you break your fast the next morning, that first bite of food will taste like you've never eaten before. You'll understand, maybe for the first time, what it means to truly need something versus merely wanting it out of habit. That distinction changes everything about how you approach not just food, but every desire in your life. Habit 9. The hour of useless creation. Your body knows discipline now through cold, through hunger, through physical challenge. But creativity, real, useless, purposeless creativity, that's been starved far longer than one missed meal. Every evening during your phone-free time, spend 1 full hour making something that serves absolutely no purpose. No career advancement, no social media content, no productivity. Just creation for its own sake. Draw badly, write terribly, play an instrument you don't know how to play, build something with your hands that nobody needs. The quality doesn't matter. The point isn't to make art. The point is to remember that you're capable of bringing things into existence just because you feel like it, without needing permission or validation or profit. You've forgotten how to do this. Everything in your life now needs a reason, a goal, a measurable outcome. You don't watch movies anymore. You consume content. You don't take walks. You optimize your step count. You don't play. You engage in leisure activities. Every moment gets justified, measured, turned into data about your productivity or self-improvement. This hour is different. This hour serves nothing except your soul's need to make things exist that didn't exist before. Maybe you grab some paper and colored pencils and draw shapes that make no sense. Maybe you write a ridiculous story about a warrior who fights dragons made of clouds. Maybe you hum melodies into your phone's voice recorder. It doesn't matter what. It only matters that you're creating without the prison of purpose. The first sessions will feel awkward and stupid. You'll sit there thinking, this is a waste of time, or I'm not creative, or this looks like garbage. Perfect. That voice is the same one that convinced you to abandon play and imagination years ago, in favor of being productive and realistic. Tell that voice to shut up and keep making your useless creation anyway. Around day 4 or 5, something magical breaks through. You'll laugh at something you made, or surprise yourself with an idea you didn't know you had, or simply lose track of time because you're fully absorbed in the act of bringing something new into the world. That feeling? That's your spirit remembering what being alive actually feels like. Musashi was a master swordsman, yes, but he was also a painter, a sculptor, a writer. His art served no tactical purpose. It didn't make him better at killing opponents, but it made him fully human, fully alive, fully himself. Your useless creations do the same. They remind you that you're not just a productivity machine grinding through tasks. You're a force of creation, and that force needs expression or it dies. Habit 10. The daily death reflection. Every night before sleep, after your creative hour and your phone-free evening, you sit for 5 minutes and think about your death. Not morbidly, not with fear. With clarity, you imagine as specifically as possible that today was your last day, that you won't wake up tomorrow, that everything you experienced today was the final chapter. This sounds dark until you understand what it actually does. Right now, you live like you have infinite time. You postpone important conversations. You tolerate bad situations. You waste hours on meaningless activities. You take people for granted. You avoid risks because there's always tomorrow, but there isn't. Tomorrow is a story your mind tells you. Today is all you ever actually have. Musashi faced death in every duel. Real death, not metaphorical. He couldn't afford to fight half-heartedly or save his best technique for later. Every moment demanded his complete presence because any moment could be his last. That awareness didn't paralyze him with fear. It freed him to live with total commitment. Sit in the darkness of your room, close your eyes, feel your breath. Then ask yourself, if this was it, if these were my last hours, what would I regret? What didn't I say? What didn't I do? What did I waste time on that meant nothing? Don't push these thoughts away. Let them cut you. Let them hurt. That pain is information about what actually matters. This practice will change your tomorrow. When you wake up after contemplating your death, everything looks different. That argument you were holding on to? Stupid. That risk you were avoiding? Necessary. That person you've been meaning to call? You call them. Death reflection doesn't make you sad. It makes you ruthlessly honest about what deserves your limited time. The samurai code included constant awareness of death. Not because they were pessimists, but because death awareness creates life intensity. When you know something is temporary, you pay attention to it. When you think you have forever, you sleepwalk through everything. 5 minutes. Every night. Imagine your last breath. Then, when you wake up the next morning, you get to live again. But this time, you live like someone who knows the truth. This day is a gift you might not receive tomorrow. Every conversation matters. Every moment counts. Every choice is significant because you don't know how many choices you have left. By the 7th night of this practice, you won't need to imagine your death to feel its presence. It'll be there, quietly, in the background of everything you do. Not as a threat, but as a teacher. Reminding you that comfort is expensive and time is limited and life demands that you show up completely or not at all. These 10 habits aren't comfortable. They never will be. But in 7 days, you'll recognize something in yourself that you forgot existed. The person who doesn't need permission to be extraordinary. The person who does hard things because easy things create soft people. The warrior who knows that transformation lives exclusively on the other side of discomfort. And once you remember that person, there's no going back to who you were before.